The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. Danny Gibson here with Dick Girardi, and we're coming to you from our Parks Racing Studio. Great show today. It's summer break here at Parks, but the pedal is still to the metal with our Parks trainers taking on stakes at Laurel Park and Monmouth Park. Plus, we're going to talk with owner, breeder Erin Lubick about her star mare Bourbon Bombay, who is undefeated 5 for 5, and the famed Forte makes his return in the Jim Dandy at the Spa. We are on summer break here, but we're going to come back in a big way.
Yes, we are. What is it, Danny? Wait, August 21st? And what's happening on that particular day? We're giving away what?
We're going to be raffling off a zero-turn lawnmower. I don't know how to drive one, but they look pretty fun.
What do you mean zero-turn? What does that mean?
You can turn on a dime.
All right.
In a 0-degree angle.
Okay.
That's a thing.
All right, I get it.
$10 is the raffle ticket. This is for the Pennsylvania horse breeders. The proceeds will benefit aftercare here in the state of Pennsylvania.
Very nice.
Nothing more important than that.
Of course.
And we're going to have some pretty big stakes races as well. It's PA Day at the races.
And the next day, the Catherine Sophia and the Smarty Joneses. We get ready for the big day on September 23rd, the PA Derby and the Cotillion.
So 11 stakes in 2 fun days. It's a time you will not want to miss here at Parks Racing. Well, one of our Parks trainers did some big things down at Laurel Park, and we're going to take a look. Mariah Montoya sends out Talk to the Judge in the Miss Disco Stakes. This is $75,000 for 3-year-old fillies going that 7/8 distance. They're not the favorite, though. Malibu Moonshine is for Charlie Baker.
Yeah, Talk to the Judge is 13-1, Danny. It's interesting. This filly twice, not once, but twice, she beat Foggy Night, who then came back to win the Delaware Oaks. But it's kind of been an up and down campaign, maybe in the wrong spot a couple of times. But this, on paper, looks like a race where she should be in the lead, and when she gets the lead, she's hard to catch.
Heading into the far turn run, and less than a half mile to go. Talk to the Judge, 3 parts of a length from Fast Tracked in second, and Willful Desire third, Liquidator fourth. Rousey Express Solving Progress is next. Precious Avery ridden along for more, but dropping back, and Malibu Moonshine's about to pass her. Malibu Moonshine still about 13 off at speed, though, as Talk to the Judge is moving right along to the top of the lane. Liquidator rebids to the far outside, Fast Tracked in between horses. Willful Desire right there down to the inside. Willful Desire chasing now from the inside and trying to move through between horses. To the far outside there, dropping back is Fast Tracked. Malibu Moonshine still far back, a furlong left to go. Talk to the Judge, Liquidator on the outside, she's giving all. Talk to the Judge, just holding. Talk to the Judge and Victor Carrasco, and they're going to win it. Talk to the Judge, tenacious in victory to win it by a head.
Talk to the Judge sticks her neck out for the win. We saw Michael Sanchez and Abner Adorno aboard, but Victor Carrasco, who is a very prominent rider down in Maryland, got on this filly for the win. What a nice horse Mariah Montoya has.
Yeah, for sure. And she's not only got a nice 3-year-old filly, she's got a nice 3-year-old colt now, too. And Mo Visitor, just purchased by Waldorf Racing, same owner, is here. What do they pay for it? $120? And they're talking about maybe the Smarty Jones for Mo Visitor. But Talk to the Judge. It's not that complicated, Danny. When she makes the lead and is in the right spot, she wins. She's 3 for 3 in that spot. I talked to Mariah the day after the race, and She basically told me the same thing. It's like if we could have kept her the same way the whole time, maybe she'd be undefeated at this point. But the good news is she's on a roll. She got a 74 buyer figure. I got the story on letsgoracingparks.com this week. And everybody that knows Mariah, she's been around the racetrack forever because her dad was the great Dennis Gooseheimer, and she tells me some great stories about Goose from back in the day.
Well, Mariah got to enjoy some vacation time this week, but we're actually going to have her on the show next week to talk to her about her star barn right now with Mo Visitor and Talk to the Judge. But we're going to head to our first break, but we have another star filly, Bourbon Bombay, and her proud owner, Erin Lubick, to talk with them and some national races coming up on the other side.
Less than 3/16 to go. Forte trying to get off the inside.
The Excite Center at Parks Casino, the region's hottest live entertainment venue. Check out your favorite concerts, comedy, boxing, MMA, all at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Don't miss En Vogue Saturday, August 19th, and Wayne Newton, August 26th. This powerhouse trio and legendary performer will light up the stage at the Excite Center. Parks Casino, this is how you win. Tickets on sale now.
Chapman Ford of Horsham is now the #1 Volume Ford dealer in the Philadelphia region. There's plenty of reasons why, and it's not just because we have a great selection of new Fords. That helps, but it's mostly because of how much we all take pride in providing the best customer experience, the Chapman experience. Finding your new Ford can still be difficult. If we don't have it in stock, then we'll help you reserve one of our available inbound vehicles, or our order team can help you custom order the exact new Ford you want. We make it easy at Chapman Ford of Horsham, the #1 Volume Ford dealer in the Philadelphia region.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Well, there's nothing like celebrating a win with your best friend, and I've got to do that 5 times because that's how many times she's won Bourbon Bombay. She is just a superstar to watch on the racetrack, and Erin Lubick is her owner and breeder, and we got to catch up with her at the barn. It's a lot of fun to be with my very best friend, Erin Lubick. You're the proud owner and breeder of Bourbon Bombay, and she's taken us on quite the journey. And, you know, tell some of our racing fans that just how, you got to even breed her.
Well, I acquired her from Keith Nations and his wife here. And the mare, she's a dish. And I just loved the mare, and I felt that she was a really good broodmare prospect. And I went to Maryland to Becky Davis and started to talk about freshman sires, and that's how I got in on Bourbon Courage. And so I bred her, I owned her, I broke her, I trained her, raced her, and the whole, start to finish with Bourbon Bombay. And I used to tell everybody, I would always hug She's a Dish belly, and I would say, I have a stake horse in here, which was crazy, but I really did have a stake horse in there. And she's just, I always go back and say, small breeder, big dreams. And this is really what it is with Bourbon Bombay. We call her Bonnie, and that's really what she goes by, Bonnie. And it's a dream, and it's a great ride, and I'm glad to have everybody with me, you, Carol, JD, everyone. And Ramon, it's just been a great journey with her.
Let's talk about a little bit at the beginning. You had the broodmare, you chose the stallion, you foaled her out. Take us through those earlier years. She got a later start, and that's a little different journey.
She did. She had some issues as she was growing up, and we spent a lot of time on her feet and just working at the base, which is always, you're no foot, no horse. So we start at the bottom and work our way up. Did take a little bit longer to get to the races, but I knew she was talented. That's why I put the time in and the patience, because I knew she was not going to be disappointing. And she wanted to race. She wants to be a racehorse. She loves it. And she, I think, is more competitive than I am, and she wants to win more than I do. So my job every day when she runs, I always tell her, just come home safe, But she really wants to win. She's out there to get in front.
Talk about the partnership with Jomar Torres and how instrumental he's been in helping develop Bonnie. And he gives you a lot of confidence.
He does. He fits her perfect. I will always remember the first day he came in to work her for me. And I told him, he had his whip with him, and I said, you can leave your whip in the barn. You don't need it. And I said, she's going to win first time out. And he kind of smiled, and he probably thought I was, again, crazy. And I am, but she did. She won first time out. And they get along great. He's very quiet. He's patient himself, and they just fit perfect. And she loves him. loves him and she loves her farrier. She's got her people that she knows and she goes crazy over.
Now, talk about her training's a little different. She kind of trains herself. She tells herself what she's going to do.
Yes, I don't go out with a game plan with her. I kind of let her pick and choose what she wants to do. I've always done that, and even right down to when we step out the barn, I ask her, do you want to take the long route or you want to take the short route to the track? And I kind of let her pick and choose how she wants to go to the track. Sometimes she likes to take the scenic route and go to the other gap, and she walks around. She has to say good morning to everyone, and then from there I just let her call the shots, really. And sounds crazy, but it's worked so far. So as long as she keeps running well and telling me that it's working, then that's what we do.
What do you think makes her just such a superstar? She does breathe a different air. What do you think it is about her? And we even see it in the barn, and she's been barned here with Kate DeMasi, and everybody's just come to really love her.
Again, she has just always been very intelligent from the time she was born. Everything was easy for her. She's picked everything up. It just comes natural. She's got a lot of natural speed, and she's got a lot of endurance to her as well. She has that drive. She really does want to win. She gets out there and she knows race day. She knows the walkover, and I always worry the day that she does lose because her routine will change, but it will happen. She will eventually not win as hard. Yeah, she loves it. She just loves the crowd. She loves everything, and it's her. She's just has it in her head that I'm going to win and I'm going to do this. And she's just always been aggressive in training, but smart. She's not overly aggressive and hard to train. She just likes to train. She enjoys it.
To the fans out there that maybe never owned a racehorse, what does it feel when your horse is coming down the stretch and you know you're going to get the win? You can't even explain the emotion that you go through. I want to watch. I don't want to watch. I rely on you for a lot of it, for the race call, because I really get so excited that I'm jumping up and down. Oh my God!
It's very, very nervous, a very nervous feel. But I know she's in good hands with Jomar. So I try to put the nervous aside, but I know and it's an amazing feeling. It's what I've dreamed of my whole life and what I've worked for a long time, to have a horse like this.
Well, you have done an unbelievable job with her, and I know when we hear, come on, Bonnie, down the stretch, it's time to go. I'm so happy for you, and really excited to see what's next with you and Bourbon Bombay.
Thank you. Thank you for interviewing us and being so interested in Bonnie and being on her journey.
It's always so much fun to be at the barn with Bonnie as we know her, and me and Aaron always call her Busy Bonnie because she loves hearing us girl talk.
And she doesn't run that often, but when she runs, she wins. And somebody I know appeared to have a pretty nice bet on her last time at 4-1. There were some zeros involved, I understand.
That was a good one. That's all I'm going to say. But really excited to see where Bourbon Bombay heads next. Well, we had some big races for our national races. Let's get to 3-year-olds up at Saratoga in the Jim Dandy. $500,000. It's a big purse. They go the mile and the eighth. And, of course, Forte is our favorite. He's back on the track.
Yeah, he's not that far from being perfect in his career, but it's been a bizarre 3-year-old season, right, with a weird Florida Derby that he won. Looked like he wasn't going to win. Then he got scratched the day of the Kentucky Derby. Can't run in the Preakness. Runs well in the Belmont, but not well enough to win. But he's 3-5 just because his paper is so good. He's won grade 1s at 2 and at 3. But there's still some questions to be answered.
Well, Saudi Crown is a horse that's really immersed on the scene. I don't know how we've kept him so quiet, but he's in for a big way with Greg Cox.
And he comes into the race with the biggest buyer figure of the whole group, and he absolutely is lone speed in this race. Everybody's got the same style, except Saudi Crown.
Well, here are 3-year-olds in the Jim Dandy.
The opening quarter went in 23 4/5 seconds, and it's Florent Giroux and Saudi Crown showing the way to the 5/8 pole by a length and a half. Forte, Angel of Empire side by side, and Hit Show in the pink silks fourth, 3 lengths off the lead. Disarm is just inside of him. The half in 48 flat. Saudi Crown takes them into the far turn. A length and a half in front now of Angel of Empire. And Forte with that orange cap at the rail in third. Hit Show worked upon, asked for more at this stage. 3.5 or 4 lengths off the lead. Disarm has trailed most of the journey. 1:12.1 for 6 furlongs. Saudi Crown comes to the quarter pole, leading the way. Forte at the rail. Angel of Empire. Disarm. Hit Show in the center of the track. Less than 3/16 to go. Forte trying to get off the inside to try and run down Saudi Crown. He's in a tight spot. Angel of Empire outside of him. A thriller in the Jim Dandy. It's Saudi Crown digging down deep. The champ Forte's trying to get him on the money, and Angel of Empire, Saudi Crown, Forte, here's the line, photo finish.
And Forte and Jackie Irad Ortiz get the win. A little controversial. There was a lot going on, a pretty lengthy objection, but they did stay up for the win.
Yeah, it was definitely controversial. I think Irad is controversial. That's just what's going on up there. People are upset with how he rides. I love how he rides because if you bet on him, he's trying really hard to win. Bruce Casella thought the horse should have been disqualified. Everybody knows how I feel about DQs. No DQs ever because it's just too complicated. There's no the rules. There are no particular rules. Nobody knows what's what. So Forte was terrific. 105 buyer. Saudi Crown was really good in defeat. He'll come to the Pennsylvania Derby. The rest of this group, including Angel of Empire, the PA bred, who I thought ran back to his form from Arkansas, will go back to the Travers. And the Travers is going to be sensational because for the first time in 6 years, we're going to have the winners of the Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont Stakes in the Travers. And hopefully we get a couple of them here on September 23rd.
Oh, going to be really excited to see those 3-year-old stars here at Parks for the PA Derby. Well, let's head to Monmouth Park. It's the Grade 3 Monmouth Oaks. This is for 3-year-old fillies. $250,000 going a mile and 16th. And our heavy favorite is a colt for Chad Brown, who has a pretty good string at Monmouth Park.
Yeah, a colt is just, the paper is solid. I mean, ran right behind Pretty Mischievous in the Acorn. I wasn't sure about 7 to 5, but the bettors appear to have known what they were doing in this race, as we shall see.
But we're all cheering for Poppy's Foggy Night. That's Poppy of Pinebrook Farm, and Foggy Night is for trainer Butch Reed.
Yeah, won the Delaware Oaks most recently at 14-1. Looked good doing it, and the Butch Reed Paco Lopez combination has been gold for almost a flat calendar year now.
Unstoppable. Here's track announcer Chris Griffin with the Monmouth Oaks.
Ruth Ann has got the lead for Trevor McCarthy. They're up by a half length. Up on the outside, here comes the Run from Seduction is now taken second. Will challenge this leader. At the Crossroads is followed by Promise Her America, who saves ground to the inside and challenges for third. Then comes Foggy Night. To the outside of Foggy Night, there's Vegas Magic, who's progressing up on the far outside. As they work up the backstretch, they are tightly bunched. The back markers, there's Miss New York. Sheeta Booty is in that mix with Occult. And also there is Riding Pretty. About 3 lengths would cover the entire Oaks field. They went 23-4. Easy opening quarter, and Promise Her America sees the seam. Promise Her America challenges and now puts a neck in front 4 across the racetrack with less than a half mile to go. Promise Her America made the move. Ruth Ann is right there. Seduction 3 wide. 4 wide, trying to rally on. Here comes At the Crossroads to join them. At the Crossroads is making a big move, and Occult is right in behind these leaders from 5th. They're well into the far turn. They went 48-3 for that half-mile time, and here comes Occult, and Fergal Lynch is looking for another one, and Occult now gets the cue out in the center of the racetrack as they reach the top of the stretch. Occult has kicked for home and quickly opens up through 3 widening lengths. It is all Occult is just running away from the field right now with a final furlong to go. Foggy Night is in the clear, but Occult made that big move on the far turn.
And Occult was a definite winner there. Fergal Lynch was just on fire that Saturday with a few wins. 5 wide. She just drew off.
Yeah, won by 10 lengths, got an 88 buyer. It was certainly the race of her career. Sort of back to the way she ran in the Acorn, but just feel wasn't as strong. Foggy Night was not as good as she was in the Delaware Oaks, only a 71 buyer, but she did have some trouble in the first turn. She steadied there, but when she got clear, she just was no match for the winner. But I think we'll see her in the Catherine Sophia when we come back. That'll be on August 22nd. And then obviously the hope for Butch Reed and the crew is that she's good enough to run in the Cotillion on September 23rd.
To me, Foggy Night is still a little immature, and she seems like she's developing. I get to see her in the mornings in Butch's barn, and I think we're going to see the best of her later.
Yeah, I mean, look, if she can come back to her Delaware Oaks and then something, that's a race that can get her in the mix.
Yeah. Well, let's head back up to Saratoga. It's the Grade 1 Alfred G. Vanderbilt handicap. So all different weights here that the jockeys are carrying. 6 furlongs, $350,000. But of course, we're looking at Elite Power. Bill Mott with a very strong barn this year.
No question. This is your Breeders' Cup Sprint winner, your Eclipse Award winner from last year. Only his second race back. He won over in Saudi Arabia. He won the True North. He's got a really good competitor here in Gunite. You talk Gunite 6-5. Elite Power is even money. On paper, it looks like a match race, but not a match race where they're going to hook up. Gunite's got the speed. Elite Power is going to have to try to close.
Well, it's going to be a great race. Here's Frank Miramati with the Vanderbilt.
Gunite comes after Dean Delivers with an early bid as the field approaches the quarter pole, and Gunite is traveling beautifully. On the outside, up is Awesome Aaron in the mix too. Far outside, Elite Power is starting to close. They're a furlong from the finish. Gunite, Elite Power kicks it into high gear. Dean Delivers, drops back. They're coming to the 16th pole, and it's Gunite trying to fend off Elite Power, who's motoring like a big chestnut tank on the outside, and Elite Power and Gunite.
And Elite Power does what champions do, gets the win 8 in a row, and a big birthday present for Bill Mott.
Yeah, turned 70, and Bill Mott has now won 18 races at Saratoga on his birthday. And Elite Power, I didn't think he had much of a chance mid-stretch, and they asked Bill prior to the race, will he like the off-track? He said, I got no clue. Well, he did. Gunite ran too well to lose, but Elite Power is a champion for a reason. And that's one of the reasons you like betting on Irad Ortiz. No better finisher in the game.
Yeah, and him and Elite Power, they're just really in sync. He gets the most out of him, and just a really good win. Well, we're going to head to another break, but we have a really heartwarming Turning for Home success story to share with you. And the best of the rest, a new segment for us here on Let's Go Racing. If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now, and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs, and billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Chapman Ford of Horsham is now the #1 Volume 4 dealer in the Philadelphia region. There's plenty of reasons why, and it's not just because we have a great selection of new Fords. That helps, but it's mostly because of how much we all take pride in providing the best customer experience, the Chapman experience. Finding your new Ford can still be difficult. If we don't have it in stock, then we'll help you reserve one of our available inbound vehicles, or our order team can help you custom order the exact new Ford you want. We make it easy at Chapman Ford of Horsham, the #1 Volume 4 dealer in the Philadelphia region.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Turning for Home is our proud racehorse retirement program here, and we have a success story that will warm your heart. Stonegate, for her breeder, Justine Howe. She says she owes her entire breeding program to this horse. He was bred and was sold traveling coast to coast, but it wasn't to coming back to the Lou Linder barn that things started to come together for Stonegate, and he really started to shine. He was on the board 51% of the time, 4 wins, career earnings just over $219,000, and the breeder bonus helped keep her going through the adjustment period that she had with her business. She says she owes everything to this horse. So she let Danielle Montgomery and Turning for Home know if he ever comes into the program, she'd like to bring him home, and that is just what she did.
Nice.
And we have to say Brand Jam and Dave Clark, they're some of our biggest supporters as owners in our program, and they've given us some really nice horses like Stonegate, and he got to go home to his breeder. How great is that?
Good as it gets.
sometimes you do get to go home. I like that. Well, this is the best of the rest, and we're going to head to Monmouth Park. They had two 2-year-old races. We're going to talk about the Colleen, though. This is for fillies, 2-year-old fillies. And, of course, we have a Parks horse in here with Mike Pino, Lady Dioro.
Yeah, Miss Waves is your favorite, the 4 for George Weaver and Fergal Lynch, who had himself a day up at Monmouth Park. And she's going to end up winning this race by a little over a length. But Lady Dioro, the 9 for Mike Pino, ran on the whole way. I mean, gave a big effort, almost looked like she was going to get there, but the winner was just too good.
Yeah, for owner Smart Angle, and they certainly had some nice horses for the love of bourbon.
Yeah.
Well, the Tyro Stakes, the one for the boys, and of course George Weaver with another dominant win, just demolishing the field with No Name Meds.
Yeah, that was a horse that went over to Royal Ascot, wasn't quite good enough over there, was plenty good enough at Monmouth. A couple of locals were in there, but they were all long shots and kind of ran like it.
Well, it isn't the summer if there isn't racing at Del Mar, so let's head there for the Grade 2 San Diego Handicap, $300,000 going. The mile and 16th distance.
Senior Buscador was in no man's land early in this race, Danny, and I gave the horse no chance. Defunded was the big favorite for Baffert, but didn't show the normal speed as that Sprinter was out loose on the lead. Brickyard ride, but Senior Buscador is going to come from dead last to win this thing by a little over a length. And the fact that Defunded didn't run so well, I think, may impact the Pennsylvania Derby in this way. I think there's a chance Arabian Night may stay west and may run in the Pacific Classic instead of coming here.
Well,
to be determined.
We'll see what Bob Baffert horse we get in the Pennsylvania Derby.
He's coming. He said he's bringing something.
Time for Ion Racing. Of course, no racing yet here at Parks, but a lot of big races up at Saratoga, including the Grade 1 Whitney.
Yeah, it's Whitney Day at Saratoga, and it's test day as well. We'll have Cody's Wish, the greatest story in horse racing. Right now, he would be the leader for Horse of the Year. He's going long. Remember, he's kept them mostly at a mile or less. And we also have the potential cotillion favorite will be in the test today. Pretty mischievous test to the cotillion here on the 23rd, I think is the plan.
Well, and keep your eye out on some of the Mid-Atlantic tracks because Parks is shipping. So we'll be at Penn National, Monmouth Park, Laurel Park. We're going to be everywhere. Keep an eye on our Parks horses to see how they do. We're going to head to our final break, but when we come back, we have news and notes.
The Excite Center at Parks Casino, the region's hottest live entertainment venue. Check out your favorite concerts, comedy, boxing, MMA, all at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Don't miss the Pointer Sisters, Hollywood Walk of Fame 3-time Grammy Award winners, Saturday, September 23rd. The Pointer Sisters bring their solid gold hits to the stage of the Excite Center inside Parks Casino. Parks Casino, this is how you win. This is how you win. Tickets on sale now.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action. Well, welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our president, our PTHA president, Bob Hutt, produced a wonderful play, Back to the Future, based off the movie that we all fell in love with Marty McFly, and it's getting some pretty big headlines.
It is. It's up at the Winter Garden Theater on Broadway in New York, and Aaron Rodgers, the new quarterback of the Jets, gave it a big thumbs up.
Well, the whole PTHA staff was treated to a delightful performance. We had a wonderful time. Thank you to Bob and his team, and we're coming back. We're on break right now. We know we said it, but a lot coming up here at Park shortly.
Yeah, August 21st is the return, PA Day at the races. Then the next day, the Catherine Sophia, Smarty Jones, tons of stakes races. Really good. We can't wait.
Well, I can't wait because I certainly miss being out there on the rail with our Parks horses. Well, thanks for watching us this week. We hope you had as much fun as we did. Dick and I will see you next week on Let's Go Racing.
And they're off. Skippy Longstocking has early speed. We the people from in between horses. Taba has got the lead now. It's Taba in the center of the racetrack, but Taba is drawing away, and Taba with Mike Smith, they win the Bet Parks Pennsylvania Derby.